So, in an interesting turn of events, the folks at Canva have just made Cavalry free, and this is pretty interesting because Adobe After Effects is in big trouble. Now, the trouble that it's been in is not just the fact that Cavalry is free, it's also the fact that the folks at Maxon have also made their brand new tool Autograph also free. And these are next generation tools for motion graphics, VFX, and animation. Now let's talk about Canva and the whole ecosystem that they're building. Some time ago we did see that Canva purchased Affinity and then they eventually went ahead to make it free, which was a huge thing within the community. Interestingly, they also went ahead to purchase Cavalry not so long ago and they're making it free as well. So Canva seems to be following the footsteps of Epic Games, as Epic Games has this very nice tradition of purchasing stuff and making it free. From Megascan all the way to the Pixel Mixer, down to the Pixel Bridge, Sketchfab, which is something I believe a lot of people may have forgotten about. They did purchase Sketchfab and eventually did something with a whole percentage which was favoring creators, and they went ahead to purchase ArtStation as well sometime in 2021, and then they did a whole marketplace fee cut that went from 30% all the way to 12% and made the whole ArtStation learning totally free for everyone for the rest of 2021. Let's not forget that Epic Games also bought Twinmotion, and ever since we've been seeing some massive updates come to Twinmotion. They also purchased Reality Capture, which is now called Reality Scan, and they made both the desktop version and the mobile version totally free. And it seems like this is the same blueprint that the folks at Canva are following. And for those who may have no idea, Cavalry is a pure 2D animation tool that supports workflows that will be pretty familiar to both 2D and 3D animators, especially those that are into motion graphics. And if you work with any of the 3D motion graphic tool, maybe Cinema 4D, or potentially you've worked with Maya's Mesh, then this is going to be super easy for you to figure out. And in relation to 2D animation and motion graphics, this comes with support for both keyframing, of course, curve editing, deformation, rigging, scattering, and instancing. So instead of layering things by default like you would in After Effects, this tool makes it extremely easy for you to do some nice motion graphic stuff by just simply working with various parameters. In most cases, working with this tool is pretty easy compared to working with After Effects. And yes, Cavalry always had a free version, but it was capped at HD resolution and did lack a couple of advanced tools. And all of that was reserved for creators working with a pro subscription. All thanks to Canva, right now that is no longer the case, as version 2.7 now just simply allows you to have a free Canva account and you can simply go in and start creating things. And of course, if you like to grab this, you can simply go over to link in the description, come through and download the free version and check out the cool features that this comes with. And some of the cool ones includes the duplicator, the rig control, the rubber hose, which is more or less a plugin that you would have to pay if you're using After Effects. Now we've got text animation, connect object, magic easing, data imports in case you like to bring in spreadsheets, roll-offs, which is pretty useful. And we've also got the quad tree. So lots of cool stuff are available right here. So you like to get this for Mac or Windows, you can come through and check it out. And Cavalry is just one of the new competitors that After Effects has to contend with. The next one is Autograph, and Autograph is from the folks at Maxon. So the folks at Maxon just recently rolled out a couple of cool stuff, and one of the announcements is that Autograph, which is a next generation tool for motion graphics that they recently purchased from the folks at Left Angle, is now available for free. The whole idea behind Autograph right now is for creators that would like to do some amazing compositions, motion graphic stuff, and VFX to have a place that they can do it totally for free. And the best part, this is a USD based tool for motion design and visual effect, which means that this is actually next generation, as USD is gaining massive ground as the new file format that the industry is leaning towards. And having a tool that simply relies on that or uses that as its basis of creation is putting this tool one step ahead of the competition. And with Autograph 2026 now available totally for free for creators from the folks at Maxon, there is now a new incorporation of OpenFX supports and native integration with most of the tools that Maxon have made. And because of this particular one, there are very similar stuff and features that are working hand in hand with tools like Cinema 4D and Red Giant. And why this is making headlines is because this is the first time we're getting more of a free tool from the folks at Maxon, as typically when Maxon gets to make some purchases like the one that they made with tools like ZBrush, they get to take more of an Adobe step, which includes putting either subscription or cutting how much updates you get to have with a particular release. And what they've done with Autograph is a welcome development. And of course, for those who like to grab Autograph, maybe you like to use it for your 2D and 3D compositing across various stuff, then you can simply come through and check it out. And for you to actually get this one, you would need a Maxon 1 account and you need to download Maxon 1. So if you do download Maxon 1, right here is where you'll be able to hit the download button and download it. So we're currently installing it so that we can test it out and potentially make a video to introduce you guys to these tools and show you how you can get started with it. If you'd like to take a look at some of the cool features that this comes with, of course, this comes with amazing features that rivals most of the things that you like to use at various DCC tools, including Adobe After Effects 4. For example, if we take a look at some of the key features that has to do with compositing and VFX, you can see that we have all of these nice stuff, from their compatibility with OpenFX plugins, all the way to the optimal resolution set of features that they have, down to compositing and VFX with their top-notch Kia, to the 2D and planar tracking, precise rotoscoping tool, dozens of effect modifiers, and so much more. At the same time, if we take a look at the 3D environment section of key features, you would also notice that they have the seamless mix of 2D and 3D, the filament renderer, the native USD 3D environment support, and also various 3D file support amongst others. And for motion design artists, there's also a good number of nice cool stuff, including integration of shader toy. So if you're looking at something that you can use to totally replace After Effects, then of course these tools are definitely going to help you do all of that. And speaking about Adobe After Effects, recently DaVinci Resolve also included a photo page in DaVinci Resolve version 21, and this might potentially be a big competitor to tools like Adobe Lightroom. And in the same vein, we've also covered a couple of cool tools that are more like procedural tools that you can use to replace Photoshop totally for free. And of course, for those who like to see ArtBrush, which is more of a procedural photo editing tool, pretty similar to what you can do with Photoshop, then of course I'm going to link that in the description. So this is it, lots of tools and now coming for Adobe, which now gives users more options to explore and select from. Tell me what you guys think about this one in the comment section, and until I see you guys in the next one, peace.